All right, here we go. Today is day 18 of the 31-day individuation process for the month of October. And today's question is, what does it mean to me to be able to think and feel for myself? It's a very simple question, yet it's very profound because a lot of people don't really deploy individuality like when it comes to thinking and feeling, right? This results from many reasons. Initially, the very first thing that I think of when kind of like reflect on this is enmeshment, systems of enmeshment, where, um, you're brought up in a family that is dysfunctional, and everyone needs to know about everyone else's shit to feel a sense of, you know, safety. It's not real, of course. It's all based in trauma and bullshit, and you know, um, it's really rooted in a belief that you needed to tune into everyone else's energy to gain a sense of safety, which is not safety at all. It's just all based in trauma. And that when it's not challenged and when it's not seen for what it is, it evolves into just feeling like you need to, you know, think in terms of, but like based in like how other people would think as well, right? So like reassurance on your thoughts and your feelings and everything. It can get really unhealthy, right? If you don't have the capacity to think and feel for yourself, you can become very not only enmeshed, but just like dependent. There we go. There's the right word to use. Dependent on what other people have to think or feel about something, and that can be very problematic. That can turn into unhealthy dependency, right? Which a lot of people are very dependent in unhealthy ways, and it's not okay to be that way because when you are dependent in unhealthy ways, or I should say, when you are overly dependent, right? When you can't make decisions for yourself based on thoughts and feelings, and you need to always, consult other people and stuff before you do things, that's a sign that you don't really have your own sense of self grounded in your own sense and understanding of what is authentic for you. Um, I remember growing up for myself that like people would come to me, and obviously it was unhealthy, but like people would come to me and they would ask me like two people would come to me, and they would come to me with a problem between them, right? And they would have me tell them what was right or wrong. First and foremost, that's just void of boundaries. And secondly, it's just not healthy because having a third party who is just learning about a situation, you know, letting that person into the picture and letting them be a determining factor in everything, it's just not it's not right. So, um there tended to be this influence, this pull of like, hey, listen, dude, I know that you're a people pleaser. I know that you're codependent, and so I'm going to use that against you. I'm going to weaponize that, and I'm going to make you side with one of us to come to a conclusion. You're going to feel very uncomfortable about it, but you don't have boundaries, so it doesn't matter. That kind of stuff, right? And this is very much problematic because a lot of people just live life that way, right? They rely on what other people think and feel about things to make decisions. And even in my own healing, something that I have found myself doing recently is when I would kind of like reach out and like ask people about something, I actually bring my awareness and my energy back to myself. And I do that because it's great when you absolutely need to like reach out to someone and like ask for like advice or like a sense of guidance or direction in regards to something. But when you literally cannot think and feel for yourself and therefore make decisions for yourself, you're just not independent. You're not well formed. Your sense of self, your sense of understanding regarding your own thought processes and all that stuff, it's really not in a healthy place. So that's why it's very important to understand how all this stuff works. And if you are to like take the time and just really see yourself, right? Sit with your thoughts, sit with your feelings, all that stuff. Like, seriously, more recently, like what I've been doing is just like every time that I've been, kind of like going over to that person, or just like back to what's familiar to me, I immediately, no. I bring my energy back to myself. And of course, it's easy to stay with what's familiar, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. It just means that you're used to it, right? So basically, what I've found myself doing is just like taking all of my awareness and my energy, my thoughts, my feelings back on myself, and, like sitting with myself and just being like, we know what is necessary moving forward, and what is necessary is to gain an independent sense of self, separate from everything and everyone, right? Separation is the biggest thing here. To individuate is to separate from, right? So, I'm going to all of this time and thoughts and feelings and energy that I've invested into this thing, right? Or a person or whatever it is, right? You're ejecting that. You're ejecting that, and you're separating from that. And it's very important to have this experience because it can really lead you to understand how capable you are. I think that's one of the biggest words to use here, capability, right? Think about it this way. If you spend your entire life walking with a crutch that you don't need to walk with, and like one day like you wake up and like, you put that crutch down or you let it go, right? It's going to feel weird at first because it's like, oh, I'm used to that crutch. I need that crutch. It's everything to me. I can't live without it. I can't walk without it. It's like, yeah, you can. You just learned how to walk, how to be with it this entire time. And now all you need to do is learn to be without it. That's it. So it's really just that. And, it's the same thing with people's thoughts and feelings, right? Like you can learn to live without that sense of validation, that sense of, kind of like guidance or direction. You just need to bring all of your energy back to yourself. I think people would be surprised at the amount of people that don't trust themselves because they invest way too much into what other people think and feel, and use that even when it's not safe, especially when it's not safe. Use that as a sense of direction. That's a problem. Um, First and foremost, gain a sense of safety within yourself. That's it. That's first and foremost. Secondly, that foundational sense of safety within yourself that you have created, because like attracts like, you're going to find people out there that are similar to that, and you will come together and you will grow based on that. So bring all of your energy back, all of your thoughts and feelings and everything, your awareness back to yourself. And if you find yourself to be somebody who just feels like you generally can't trust yourself, work on doing things that will help you trust yourself, right? Make a small promise to yourself every day, right? Whether that's, I'm going to drink a glass of water, stay hydrated. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to write down something on paper that I've been needing to for a while. Just one promise to yourself. I think that foundationally, this matter of, needing to seek externally oftentimes has to do so much with safety and our lack thereof feeling safety altogether. Um, so, yeah, try that. What does it mean for me to think and feel for myself?